5th. That's the day to remember. It's coming very soon.
April 5th.
April 5th.
Yes.
And that's the day that the submissions, the final day to submit to Engaging with Vietnam, number 11 in Leiden, in conjunction with
ICAS 11.
11, the International Convention of Asia Scholars Conference, also in Leiden. Lots of people in Leiden. It's going to be the place to be this summer. So we've been getting submissions, and we're already starting to respond and accept so that people can have as much time to prepare for the conference. And we encourage you to do that. There's lots of information on the ICAS webpage about Leiden, for instance. And we just say that because this summer there's going to be a lot of people there, and so it's good just to get this process going. And we're trying to accommodate everyone by responding as quickly as possible.
Sure. Yes.
Some of the papers we've gotten so far are really interesting. What have we got?
As I said, there are many, but we can't just go through every.
I just got some things I scribbled down. Feminization of employment, public diplomacy. These are basically keywords from some of the titles. Sex, money, and morality among the Vietnamese community in Moscow. Challenging the discourse of what defines Vietnam through theater. Non-governmental cooperation between France and Vietnam. Forest conservation, Vietnamese Virgin Mary in the US and Germany, In Search of a Hybrid Self in Viet Thanh Nguyen's The Sympathizer, The Whale Cult.
Yes, and the philosopher
Chun Duk Thao. Yeah, Memory and Identity in the work of Chun Duk Thao. The Whale Cult. That's interesting. Now I know there's a traditionally a whale cult in at least I think central Vietnam. But it'll be interesting to see what people will do with this. And there's more, and we look forward to getting more soon. Yep, as is always the case. So April 5th, that's the deadline. So submissions are coming in. We encourage you to do that, to start making plans. You've been working hard getting together various activities connected to the conference, keynote speakers. Is there anything you want to reveal about that?
Yeah, how about talking about one keynote session which is going to be included in the program? Yes.
Okay, I mean, Jonathan London, he's going to be one of our keynote speakers.
Yes.
Our good friend who will be talking about welfare, inequality, and opportunity in marketizing Vietnam. No, is that the title? I don't know if he said Vietnam. Hold on, wait. Yes, in marketizing Vietnam. I have to double check because this is, the title and abstract are deep. I think a lot of you are probably familiar with Jonathan. He's been writing for years on Vietnamese politics, Vietnamese institutions, higher education in Vietnam. And so this one, in reading this abstract, I really feel like this is sort of a kind of a culmination of a lot of his ideas over time. And so just to give a key phrase from it, he's not necessarily talking about, how can I say this, the facts of welfare, inequality, and opportunity, but instead he wants to look at market economy as political practice and how that shapes welfare and equality across and within regions and social fields. So if I understand the direction he's going here, he's looking at how marketization has had this big impact, but he's also looking at how this is a political process where people define things like inequality and opportunity, and that in turn affects this whole thing. And so that looks like it's going to be really insightful, and we really look forward to that. Yeah.
And actually, Jonathan London has been involved in major projects, and also he has recently published books on topics related to his keynote.
Right.
And I'm also aware of his involvement with the RISE project on educational reform in Vietnam.
Oh, right.
And so we are also expecting probably, somewhere in the program.
We're gonna ask him questions about that.
Yes, or at least ask Jonathan to provide a commentary.
Be really
on,
interesting.
Yes,
Yeah.
on the progress of his project.
Right. Because again, it's knowledge production and all the things associated with it are always central to what we're doing here in this conference, and this is exactly what that's all about. So we're really looking forward to that.
Yes.
So there's going to be other keynote talks, but that's a little teaser right there. Do you want to reveal any of these side activities, or is that more important to keep that as a surprise?
Since you've already said that, so I'm not going to reveal much, but just want to, I'm actually very excited to share a little bit that together with some partners both in Vietnam and Europe, we are curating several exhibitions.
Okay.
It's going to be interactive, insightful, and also
Edible?
yes, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna satisfy all your six senses.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So submissions are coming in, but the deadline is coming soon. So if you're still planning to submit, you still have time, but please do that as quickly as possible. We will respond as quickly as possible. And Leiden, number 11, for both conferences is going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, all the way from the 15th to the 19th of July. Yes, and yes, it's everyone says that Leiden is one of the most charming cities in Europe.
Well, we've been there. It is one of the most charming cities in Europe. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
And actually, the conferences, both engaging with Vietnam and ICAS, take place in several buildings, and just as you walk from one building to the next, you will totally be surrounded by charm after charm after charm.
And the summer, it stays light until late. You can stay out on the streets. It's beautiful. Yep. Okay. Anyway, we got to get to work. So we're going to get back to work organizing the conference. Please submit, and we look forward to seeing you in July in Leiden.
Yes, but before that, the 5th of April is a submission deadline for engaging with Vietnam.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shine on me, shine on me. Shine on me, shine on me. I've been going out of my head. I've been waiting for someone to give me help. All I'm asking for is just some space and some time, then I'll be alright. I've been having thoughts in my mind. I can't